Well, good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank you all for being here. This is a much more robust crowd than the three people who indicated they would be here on WOVA. I was a little concerned. I will say that we've asked that the air conditioning be turned down a notch, so it should be getting more comfortable in here. They say it'll take a few minutes, but if we'll be patient, it'll get cooler. So I was very happy that this panel came together for today because I've long been interested in innovation, which is a good place to be given the fact that we can't avoid it in scholarly communications these days. I'd like to begin by introducing our panelists and then saying a little bit about our session. We're going to begin with Richard Gallagher, who, and I'll read you a brief bio. I thought these would appear somewhere in the program, but I didn't see them. So I know you can get a little bit of background on the speakers in terms of their affiliation, but it seems to me this will help set the stage for the view that they bring to the conversation. And we'd like this to be a conversation with you today. So Richard Gallagher is president and editor-in-chief of Annual Reviews. He brings a scientific background with a PhD in cell biology from Glasgow University. He was office head and senior editor for Science and chief biology editor and publisher at Nature. And then he and then came to the U.S. and became editor and publisher of The Scientist magazine. So Richard's coming to us from the West Coast. Susan Cato is Director of Digital Strategy, I love that title, for the American Society of Plant Biologists, which is a global professional society for plant scientists. For over 25 years, Susan has served in a variety of positions for trade associations, nonprofits, and professional societies, working at a strategic level to maximize awareness, visibility, growth, and engagement. And these are some of the organizations that she has worked with: the Optical Society, Biotechnology Innovation Organization, Consumer Technology Association, and Leading Edge. In her current role at ASPB, Susan developed an innovative strategy for community growth and engagement through a sophisticated mix of content, community, and communications, all enabled by a solid technology foundation. Along with launching an online community of more than 7,000 users, she has produced several new products, including podcasts, seminar series, annual scorecards, curated research alerts, and online courses. ASPB leverages these assets as part of the overall strategy and has seen community growth as well as awareness and visibility of ASPB increase as a result. I'm Judy Luther. My career is covered I've had three different careers. My current career is Informed Strategies, a consulting company I founded 20 years ago just as the web was launching. I'd worked previously in sales, both for Faxon. I didn't put them up, and unless you're older, you might not remember them, as they are no more. But I was director of North American sales for the Institute for Scientific Information back about the time the web started. Prior to that, I worked as a librarian and a library director in colleges and universities. And I currently serve on the editorial board for Learned Publishing and other professional journals, and I'm a past president of SSP. So this session is all about generating ideas that will perhaps inspire you to think about some opportunities, some takeaways that you may bring back with you to your organization that address two areas of significant change. One is content, which we all know has not only transitioned online, it has transformed, and it's in that process now. I can't think of a more exciting time to be in this industry because there are actually more questions than we have answers. It kind of takes me back 20 years to when the web started, and it seemed like every meeting we went to was a solid process of discovery over a period of several days, figuring out what the impact of the internet was going to be, how the business models were changing, how the content was changing. So I think we're at that other pivotal point, another pivotal point in scholarly publishing, where content is, the term content and the publications we have are beginning to shake off some of their covers, shall we say, and transform. We have data sets, we have videos, we have multimedia, we have all different forms of content, and they're really necessary to reach a broader audience. That brings me to the second major change, and that's one that I see affecting societies today, who are being challenged in traditional revenue streams, membership meetings, and publications, are being challenged by a new generation that approaches things differently. They're not as likely to join a society. So some societies are cruising right along, many others are facing challenges in 1, 2, or 3 areas. And I worry about that a bit because having been active in my own professional associations, and I include both libraries and publishing associations, I go to a lot, I worry about societies because they are actually the natural communities of scholars. And to me, they should not be at risk in this conversation. So to thrive in this changing environment, we have to think about the community that we serve. So both of these conversations today are going to be about, or presentations about, reaching a broader audience and how can we engage with them with the content that is changing even as we speak and sit here. So we will take questions throughout. Each of the presentations will be somewhere, we think, around 20 minutes. So it would give us 20 minutes for discussion, but don't hold on to your questions. If you have them, please feel free to put your hand in the air. Both speakers said they would be happy addressing your questions as we go, and we don't want to lose any. So thank you very much. Richard?